Today on the grid is a very special day. Larry Tease here from Platypod, and it is time to kick off another Kickstarter project. You are going to love this one. It is going to be wild. So stick around for that. We also have Clay Blackmore is here. He's going to share some tips with you as well on wedding photography. I believe it's 7 tips. Could be 6, might be 8. It's really hard to tell. Anyway, let me tell you this. We got giveaways, we got stuff, and I predict that it will be, and I'm not sure that this is true. Eric, what do you think?
I think so.
Yep, it's going to be a fine, fine day on the grid, and it all starts in just 12.4 seconds. Let's go! The grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com. Hey everybody, welcome back. Scott, Eric, and Dr. T is in the house. And it's a big day here. Anytime we do a Kickstarter kickoff, it is a big day.
Yes,
and
it is.
I will say this, you guys have a track record of coming up with these products that help photographers' lives be easier and more productive and more fun. And you have a company bent on small and easy to use, easy to carry and stuff. And today you're going to show something we have not seen before.
Nope.
I did not see this coming.
Nope.
But let me tell you, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
So stick around for that. We've got Clay Blackmore here. I'm going to give you the exact title of what Clay's going to do, not just winging it like I just did. It's called 7 Lighting and Posing Tips to Improve Your Event Photography.
There you go.
I kind of blew it the first time, so that's like official because I read it. If you read it off an iPad, that makes it official. So
An
that's
iPad on a Platypod.
on a Platypod.
On a Platypod.
That's the
sure.
only way I use my
Yeah.
iPad. Anyway, like, you got to realize, can you imagine Larry's house? Imagine this with me. Larry's house, where everything in the kitchen, everything's using a Platypod.
so sorry,
and
man,
bracket
I really-
arms coming out and stuff. Can you imagine?
It's
You know,
it's
crazy.
everywhere. It's
This
everywhere.
is in his kitchen. There's
Yeah.
like a blender and it's been held on
It's a Platy house.
It's a Platy house.
It's a Platy
Hey,
house, yeah.
it's a Platy house. I like that. Anyway, so what should we do? Should we just go right into the Kickstarter? Do you want to?
I want to hear about your travels first for a second, and maybe then
Okay,
afterwards.
we
can
did
do
travel. So Eric and I just got back this week
We did.
from a workshop that we did in Vietnam. And it was fascinating.
Amazing.
Because I've been to Asia a number of times. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to China numerous times. I've been to Tokyo numerous times. And I was kind of expecting something along those lines. It is not like that. It is not like that at all. It's its own thing, and it's great. For photographers, it is
dream.
wonderful.
It's a dream.
So let me just give you a real quick breakdown of what Eric and I did. So we had 14 photographers with us, all from the U.S., so we all met up in Hanoi. We had a wonderful hotel in a great location, 5-star hotel, just absolutely beautiful. I have a picture I'll show you in a minute. Incredible food
Was
at
it the Hanoi
hotel.
Hilton?
It was not.
not
It
the
was.
Was Jane
Hilton.
Fonda there?
It was not. Jane Fonda was not
Not
there.
there.
No, Hanoi Jane or what?
Yes, it was
She was not there. We looked for her, and we went by every exercise studio, and we couldn't find her. Anyway, so we had an opening night dinner at a wonderful pizza place. Why would you go to Vietnam and eat at a pizza place?
I'll tell you why.
Because Rick Salmon said so.
Because Rick Salmon said.
Rick said
"Go
you
here."
got to go to this place, and it was wonderful. It was fantastic.
amazing.
It was a 2-story restaurant, and we had all of us sitting at one big long table. It was great. So the next morning we get up and we have a bus. We have a 32-passenger bus that takes us everywhere. We usually start off at like 5 something in the morning, so we're in place for a dawn shoot. We look at all kinds of stuff. We go everywhere. We shoot. We're back for breakfast. We're in the classroom. We have a classroom there at the hotel. Real nice classroom.
Great spread too. At that
Oh
classroom.
yeah, they gave us
Awesome
a
coffee,
break
all
halfway
that.
through.
Everything there was
I got
amazing.
a picture of it. I got
Yeah.
a picture to show you. And then at night we do the same thing. We go back out for a couple of shoots up until nighttime, and we come back, and then everybody's on their own to have dinner and stuff. And that's pretty much what we did every day, except we did something we've never done before. We did a 1-day cruise, an overnight cruise to Halong Bay, which is about 2.5 hours, I would say, outside of Hanoi. And it's very, I don't know how to otherworldly type of place.
is otherworldly.
You're going to see some pictures of it here in just a minute. Eric's got my. I'm working on an Adobe Spark page or whatever you want to call it, Adobe Express page. It's not done, but can you see Eric's machine there? He's moving it. There it is.
Yeah.
So that's the place. That's Halong Bay
right there.
But I have better shots of Halong Bay. I didn't want to blow it out the front.
Yeah.
And this is a shot in Soy Sauce Village.
Yes.
That's
They're
red soy
making
sauce,
yeah.
and that's fermented rice that the women are dealing with right there, and it's fermented.
It's amazing.
It's amazing rice. All right, and then we went to an incense market or an incense
factory.
farm, incense factory.
Yep.
Thank you, and that's one of the shots from there.
Yeah.
Right, and then as you roll on, this was also in Halong Bay. Where we hired a professional model who actually came with us from Hanoi to Halong Bay. And we got this shot out there of her in the water on this boat. And here's another shot.
Here. Yeah.
Yep, and this is also, again, a different part of Halong Bay. And, ooh, this is my favorite. You really need those boats to see how big, like those boats, there's 3 boats in the background to see how large.
The scale's major.
And I think that's a big thing with travel photography, right? If you don't show that scale, it just becomes like a landscape shot. But having those 3 boats in there changes
it makes it a travel photo.
Yep.
It kind of takes you into a whole different genre.
I love it. I love it more.
And it was neat. So the thing about staying the night on the boat is you can get up and walk out to your balcony, right, and shoot. And so the light kept changing.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
incense factory
incense
again.
factory again, and so there's another one. This is a very interesting, terrifying place called Train Street, where basically you're about 6 to 8 inches from a train, a big diesel train coming through with about 14 cars attached to it. And I love this shot because the guy's not even paying
this
attention.
guy right down here.
He's like, I don't even care.
It's like an everyday occurrence.
And he's like, and it does. The trains come through all the time. But it's also become a very popular tourist attraction. You can see all the tables over there. Now, if you get up in the morning and go like we went at dawn, there's not many people there. If you go at the 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like Eric and I did, it's a free-for-all. And you're literally, and so I'm going to ask Eric, so it's not just me exaggerating. How far are your knees from the train?
Oh, 6 inches.
6 inches.
We measured.
Yeah, it's 6 inches, and this diesel train is going by. So 3 people got hurt last year at this location. So, and they had, big medical expenses and stuff. So the government said, we're not paying these medical expenses. Now we're going to make the people that own the cafes, like if you own a cafe, you're responsible. So when that train blows its horn, they come screaming out of these little restaurants and they start screaming at you in Vietnamese.
Well, just getting you
and
to
they're pushing
push
you
you
back
back
against the wall until you're up and you're touching the wall. Because if you lean out like this, boom, you'll get hurt.
Done.
All right, so that's the train thing. And this is another shot in Halong Bay where she's out on that boat. And this was on
different outfits.
Yep, this was on our boat. These are all behind the scenes shots. You can see how close that train is there. And there's the track in the afternoon. And this is us. This is our crew shooting right after wait, this is important. This is right after the train went by. Yes. This is not, they would never let you get out there like when the train is coming. And there's that boat. You saw the shot of the model. That's the boats we were on.
Yeah.
This is our tender that takes us from the dock out to our ship, which you'll see our ship in just a moment. There's a 360 shot of our boats. We had 3 boats. That's us out there.
We moved the model between the boats. It was really cool.
She moved between boats. Yeah. And there is, you'll see some more stuff. Here we go. The overhead shot there is the restaurant, the pizza restaurant from the opening night. And there's our hotel with a wonderful restaurant right down there at the bottom.
I thought that was a drone shot you showed before, overhead?
No, he did it with a pole. He did it with a little camera on a 360 pole.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so that's shooting from the 2nd floor down. This is us on those train tracks. Look how thin that is.
Oh, it is thin. And these tables, they only put out after the train comes through, and then they remove them really quick when the train's coming through.
Because that train takes that whole space. It's a big old diesel train. And there's our ship. Isn't that a nice ship? Like when you get off.
Everybody had their own private balcony.
Yeah, everybody had their own private room. Everybody had the same room that was beautiful. I can show you a video of the room, but we'll not do that. There's the front of the boat. And then this is our spread we got. Every day there was different foods for us outside the meeting room.
Yeah.
To make sure that you put on weight. How's this shot of Mr. K?
There's me.
Come on, at the back of the boat there. That's one of our tenders attached there. This is on board having food. I grabbed some
lunch.
shots from
Yeah.
our WhatsApp group here,
Yeah.
and that's one there. And this is us on the back of the boat with the model. And our super guide. All right, the guy in the front, he goes by the name of N, like the letter N.
Yep,
Right?
N.
But it's N-Y-U-G-E-N. But he was our fixer. He was with us the whole time. And we could just tell him, we need a model, we need to be on a boat, we need to do this. And we would drive up and everything would be in place. Like he handled
He was really
everything.
good. He was great to work with and collaborate
Yes. Yeah, and he's a
he worked
photographer,
with
so he
us.
totally got it. He was really
Yeah.
cool about it. He was a lot of fun. He had a great personality. He was super
yeah.
helpful.
with. Very helpful.
And that's our bus. We had a 32 passenger bus I mentioned. And can we see the bus again?
Oh.
That's our bus there as we're cruising around. And then go on. And that's just some of the crew having desserts. This is Laura. She won Best Image of the Week. She had an unbelievable image.
Yes.
And everybody votes. The whole crew votes. Eric and I get one vote, and everybody gets one vote. And she won Best
Landslide.
Best Overall Image in a landslide. Yeah,
Yeah.
she crushed it. All right, I think that's them. Here's another one. So when you wake up in the morning,
Yep.
it's pink outside.
Yep.
And then it quickly just keeps changing color and changing
worse
color
to worse.
to worse to worse. Yeah, it was best at like 5:20 a.m. And Eric, you were out even earlier. I think Eric was out. Well, it was completely pitch dark.
I was.
But I come out on the deck and there's Kuna. And
Yeah, a couple of us.
a couple of us are out
Yeah.
there early. All right, just scroll on because we're almost done. This was my favorite rock.
Yeah, you see this.
So look at the boat.
right down
So
here.
that gives you some idea of the scale.
Yeah.
And
Very cool.
so that big ship would just go around the bay.
Yeah,
It
so
would
you got
just
all these
cruise
different
around.
shots because it just cruised around.
Yep.
And this was that one model we were shooting on the train street.
Yeah, and he's a friend of our guy,
N,
our fixer. He's a friend of N's,
You know, Scott, it makes you wonder how that rock got there.
doesn't it?
Yeah, really. Miracle.
Well, according to them, it was a dragon that spit out the rocks
Yeah,
into the
so,
bay.
Dragon.
It's as good as any
I'm going
theory
with
I've
dragon.
got.
Sure, dragon.
Yeah.
And we went into this family that makes these fish baskets,
Yeah, this fish traps.
fish traps.
So they've
yeah.
been making the fish traps. They're actually the last. Really, nobody's really taken over the craft. So they're kind of the last of the fish trap makers. So
It's the famous fish trap family, the Von Trap family.
The Von Fish Trap.
And there's a shot from our boat.
yeah, this is his bike that they'd ride around and sell the fish traps.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Hey, I have more pictures. I just ran out of time.
Yeah.
I just literally ran out of time. But we had a wonderful experience. We had a great group of photographers, and man, did they take some great pictures. So, you know, Eric and I, we'll take some shots where we're at these places, but our job is to help everybody else. So we don't get, uninterrupted time, but that's okay. We're not there to shoot, but we still take a few. One of the reasons is so we can show how to post-process them.
Yep. Yep.
Right? I'll be doing a video next week with the whole crew to show them how to build their Adobe Express pages like you just saw me do. And then we still have many more.
It's also helping
stuff.
people to see in different compositions.
Yeah, like a lot of times I'll take a shot and I'll go, here's what I'm seeing. You know, I'll
Yeah.
show them on the back of my camera. Your phone is great for that. I prefer to do it on my
Yeah.
phone where I can shoot. And I shot, probably 1,000 photos on my phone.
Then we see more people using their phones than their big cameras.
Yep. A lot of people using their phones.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, so that's kind of what we got there. And
Mm-hmm.
what else? Hey, you went to a rocket launch when?
I just went to I had a.
It's not a launch,
A
it's a-
launch. It was just Artemis is launching next week, so that's the one that's going back to the moon. And I went out, and they set up a little event for us in the media to go out and shoot the launch, the rocket at sunrise. So went out
And this
there.
was when? A couple days ago?
Just 2 days ago. Yeah, went over, shot for 20, 30 minutes, and came back. So where is that?
That's a long drive. What, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, not too bad.
But look at these shots.
But yeah,
Look at this.
so that's it. That's when we got there. You kind of had that like twilight light.
Gorgeous.
You know, it starts and the pad's lit up with these big xenon lights, and then the sun starts coming up. So with the sun coming up, and then this is all over about 20, 30 minutes.
Wow, you're using a long lens. Look how big that sun
Yeah,
is.
the 200 to 400 or 200 to 800.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 2800.
Well, those are terrific. I think my favorite one is that, well, that one's really good, though. I like that really wide one. But the very first one, that Twilight shot.
Yeah, I love the Twilight. I wish we would have got out there just a little bit earlier, but
right
I love
there.
that.
I love that.
Yeah, very cool.
And the light, the color of the light on the rocket and the pad is so different.
Yes.
It's not quite white.
Yes.
It's like white with some blue or something.
It's kind of like it's
a
just
platinum
mixing
light.
all that light together.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a cool shot.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, we're going to take a very short break. When we come back, can we kick it?
Oh, we can kick it.
We can kick it.
Let's
So
get
you're going to
started.
hear all about it, what it is, and you'll be able to, participate in the Kickstarter
There
project.
goes that jib again.
There goes the gibbets. I know it's magic. That's Juan on there today.
Magic one.
Doesn't get any smoother than that.
Love it.
Come join us at KelbyOneLive.com and build your photography skills online. Training is our expertise. Each of you deserves to master Adobe Lightroom. Learn from the best in the business with over 20 sessions. We are dedicated to making you proficient in Adobe Lightroom. Get a competitive advantage and access the digital library for a full year. It's time to join us.
1, 2, 3, go! Hey everybody, Kirk Nelson here from Pixel Pro Photography, and I am down here again at KelbyOne Studios in Oldsmar, Florida. This is Photoshop Secrets for Speed and Style. Deadlines are looming, and you have to work smart and fast. I'm going to show you some of the best Photoshop features to optimize your workflow so you can make Photoshop work better for you, and you can actually hit your deadlines with time to spare for some of the creative work. We're talking about custom smart objects. We're talking about actions, custom brushes, and you can actually hit your deadlines with time to spare for some of the creative work. Only here at KelbyOne.com.
All right, we're back. And you know what we didn't do? We didn't talk about our prizes.
We have prizes.
Right, we have tons of prizes. So first, we're giving away a Platypod handle, so you can get a handle. These are great accessory if you want to just add some height to your Platypod. It extends out. It's really nice.
And that's going to
it looks
become
like
very important for the
and
Kickstarter.
it looks like a lightsaber, so that's pretty cool. All right.
Really,
so
you're buying it for a lightsaber.
Yeah. And then we're giving away the travel photography book by Scott. So if you saw those awesome travel images, want to know how to do it, there you go, travel photography book. You can find that over on Amazon too. And then if you want to go to the dark side, you can have the night photography book. I could teach you all about how to shoot at night.
Hey, I like that dark side.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then we've got the Lightroom Classic book. So this is like if you want to know everything about Lightroom Classic, it's the really thick start to finish book on Lightroom
It's
Classic.
really thick.
Yep, very thick. Tons of pages.
very
And then we're also
thick.
giving away a copy of On1 No Noise AI. So great plug-in for removing noise. In fact, some of those early twilight shots that I was out there at NASA, they ran through On1 No Noise.
There you
So
go.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, how about we got some quick shout outs?
Oh yeah, we got people joining us all over. So Tim's joining us all the way from Kissimmee, Florida, in the middle of the state.
Hey, Tim.
Dale Bales 4840 is joining us all the way from Iowa. And then we got SCP something photo joining us from Rigby in the UK. Rami saying hi. So,
Rami
hey.
in the house.
And speaking of, Rami's still got a spot open for his workshop.
Yeah,
So,
Rami's got a workshop coming up, and it's in Texas.
yes, it's at Caddo Lake, so it's coming up.
And
If you
that's
go to-
coming up.
If you go to ramik.com, you can sign up for it, and he's giving away a big discount, $250 discount for a KelbyOne member if they're coming to just let us know. So
Now, Erik and I individually have both been to one of Rami's workshops. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot recommend him enough.
yes, so definitely check that out. He's got a spot open there, so you're gonna get some amazing stuff, that's for sure. And then Paul Kober saying hi from Holland, Michigan. Klaus saying hi from Germany. Ronk saying hi from Connecticut. We got Brenda saying hi from Tulsa. Graham saying hi from Malta. Jim saying hi from Minnesota. Stan all the way from Maryland. Gene saying hi from Kansas. Stein, Eric saying hi from Norway. Jeff saying hi from Nottingham. Herb saying hi all the way from Maui. So we got people that's joining us all over the world on the show today.
Yay.
Which they're going to want to know all about this Kickstarter.
All right.
Speaking of,
Tell us
Ready?
about it.
Okay, we're going to start off first with just showing you the Kickstarter movie starring our friend Kathy
Love Kathy.
Bateson,
Love
Weatherston.
Kathy Bateson.
And
Her name's
hope-
constantly changing.
Watch the video, and then we're going to launch the Kickstarter. So take
Here
it
we
away,
go.
Jason.
Light changes everything. Moments like these happen only once, and as photographers, we carry the weight of that. Every expression, every gesture, every memory depends on the light. The biggest problem in event photography isn't flash itself, it's where the flash lives.
My original inspiration for the Platypod Bracket and Bounce came from watching a wedding videographer holding a light panel over his head while filming like this for 10 straight minutes. And I remember thinking, there has to be a better way.
When the light comes from the same place as the lens, it flattens everything. No matter how powerful your flash is, if it's mounted on the camera, your light has nowhere to go. No direction, no shape, no dimension.
So those of us who've been shooting flash for years have had a love-hate relationship with flash brackets. Most of us eventually stopped using them because they were bulky, awkward, and impractical. That's exactly why I created the Platypod Bracket and Bounce system.
Introducing Platypod Bracket and Bounce, a complete reinvention of the flash bracket. Compact, elegant, designed for real-world photography. And yes, it fits in your bag. This is the difference. With Bracket and Bounce, light doesn't flatten, it sculpts. Harsh becomes gentle. Flat becomes dimensional. Use only what you need. Add more when you want.
Hi, I'm Kathy Weatherston. I'm a wedding and newborn photographer in Ireland. I work fast in unpredictable light, so having this product helps me shape light anywhere.
It just makes sense. This is the bracket I actually use. Fast, natural, beautiful. Professional lighting without the bulk. without the assistance, ready to go anywhere. Because when you angle the bounce, you don't just light a face, you shape it. Light isn't just brightness, light is feeling. It's the difference between a snapshot and a memory that really lasts. If you believe your work deserves better light, if you believe tools should move with you, then join us.
And finally, I want to sincerely thank all of our loyal Kickstarter backers who are helping bring the Platypod Bracket and Bounce system to light.
What do you think, bro?
So there you go.
Well, first of all, I really want to thank Kathy Weatherston, Kirsten Lutz, and a young man, Bailey Dillaway, for putting this all together. I think they did an amazing job.
I got to tell you, very rarely do you see inspirational product videos, but it makes you want to like grab your camera and run through a field with your hair blowing. It's like the music and all, and being on location like it was too, and just seeing how it's being used. I loved it. I thought that video was, I sent Larry a text, like, man, that videos.
Well, Scott, we got a bunch of
inspirational.
people out there who I think are waiting to get their hands on a Platypod.
So is this
Bracket
it right
Bounce.
here, though? So I can
I'm going to
see
show it.
Yeah.
We'll show that. Let's launch the project. And Scott, if you want to do the honors,
I would be
let's just get a
delighted.
camera over
I
here.
would be delighted.
All right.
Here we go.
ahead.
Big launch project.
And let's see. Are we
There
active?
we go.
There we're active.
Congratulations,
Okay.
Your project is live on Kickstarter. So if they want to find it on Kickstarter, what do they search
So
for?
the easiest way to do this is just go down to platypod.com. If my crew did their job, there should be a link on there that'll take you directly to Kickstarter, and you'll be able to link right into the project there. And if you like what you're doing, I hope you'll back us, okay? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's all set to go. Let me do a little hands-on presentation of what this product is all about. And we're happy to take questions in the chat if people have questions, and I'll be happy to show. So, like the narrator said, it just makes sense. And once you use it, you're going to wonder how you ever shot without it. It gives you better light in more places. For example, okay, this is the most common setup that people are going to use. Okay, it holds your camera together. You've got a flash controller sitting on the camera, in this case ProPhoto, but many companies make these. And I've got a ProPhoto strobe on here, and I'm ready to shoot. I just pick it up, I focus, and shoot. That's it. Very easy. Now, this ProPhoto flash here comes with a bounce card. Now, we're in your situation with low ceilings, bright ceilings, no problem. You can shoot just like this and do very nicely. It's very important to get the flash off of the camera. All right, let's talk about an easier way to hold it than this that I prefer. And it's based on Joe McNally's concept called the grip. And Jason, if we can have that shown. This is a page from Joe McNally's famous book, The Hot Shoe Diaries.
Yep.
Remember that one? And he describes a very good way to hold a camera really steady for long exposures. But we're going to give this another purpose now, as I'm going to show you here. So to do this, you lean one edge of the bracket right into your shoulder, hand under the lens, especially if you're shooting with a zoom lens and you want to have control over that. and you just focus, and boom, you shoot. Okay, that keeps it really nice and steady. Now, when you want to go outdoors and you don't have a low ceiling to bounce off, or a wall to bounce off of, this isn't going to work that well. So we take off that and we attach the Platypod Bounce. Now, this all comes together in one system, and like was stated in the film, you use what you need and you leave in the bag what you're going to need for the next time. So I'm going to attach this right onto the back. Now, for those of you who have a Platypod handle, you'll notice that right below the Bounce is a Platypod handle. And don't worry, if you already bought one, it's not a waste to buy another one because you can stack them up and make this taller. Okay, so now I've got the Bounce on. I'm leaning it back a little bit. There's a little brace up here at the top. I'm going to position that, lock everything down. These are spring-loaded levers on the side. Let me turn so you can see that. And you can pull them out and reposition them for comfort. Then this little gizmo up here loosens up, and I can attach a reflector. In our case, included in the kit is a 17-inch reflector, but you could use a card, a piece of paper, a menu if you're at a restaurant, and it'll handle, basically we recommend up to 24-inch reflectors. Be careful when you take this out of the box because it's going to pop open like that, okay? So you take this, it comes very bright on one side. I like the softer white on the other side. Going to put this on here, and there's a notch. You can see this on the Kickstarter page. There's a notch in here to hold the edge of the reflector in nicely so it doesn't get crushed. Now, you just take that light and you angle it upwards. Personally, I like to angle it a little bit back and then to pull the reflector even further back because I can angle this bottom brace over here. Okay, I don't know, can everybody see that?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go, okay, it's leaning back there. And now I've got a 17-inch reflector that I can either put on a tripod and shoot, or I can walk around a room and shoot if I want to, and just focus and boom, shoot, and you're ready to go there. And that's really great for rooms with very high ceilings. We've been in some conventions recently, or here in the studio, it's like 30-foot ceiling. You've got nothing to bounce off, especially if the ceiling is dark. Nothing's going to work. The difference between this and what most of us have been doing is that you're not just blasting out light, you're shaping it, and that makes all the difference. Now, here's another video that I'm going to show you. If you want to, here's another, setup if you want to go for video setup. So I put, just to kind of show off what we can do, I put a few video lights here. So this was that original inspiration where I was watching a wedding photographer hold a light above his head. I can do the same thing here, but you don't have to have the blood draining from your hands to do this. You know, you can take it. Let me just get a camera here and just pop that on there to show you how that feels. And this goes very easily. And by the way, for those of you who are questioning whether you can shoot in portrait mode, yes, if you have an L bracket, you can do this. The base of the bracket, the arca plate on here can slide left and right, so you can position the camera in just the right place. But now I can shoot video. I can shoot with two hands if I want to, if I just put a handle on each side. Now the kit comes with one handle, but if you already have one, you can use one on each side. Now this ice light from WEBCAST actually has a built-in handle, so I don't even need a second handle here. And I have one of our super adapters. We talked about that last time I was here in November. You could look that up on the website. You get beautiful light like this. The video that you just saw was shot without this second light, just with the WEBCAST ice light, and that was it. And it gave beautiful, beautiful light for the wedding video. In the old days, I used to use something maybe a generation above this. This is Joe Zeltzman's original flash bracket. I think he made this himself, and Clay Blackmore just gave that to me to show off. Very nice, but crude, and no adjustability. With the Platypod Bracket and Bounce, I can make the light lower, I can make it higher, I can stack up, like I said, 2 handles on here to go really, really high. You have a lot of flexibility with this. And the problem with brackets in the past was really that everything was fixed in place, no ability to change the setups, and forget about bouncing the light, except if you had that ceiling, there was no kind of rig for doing that. And the big problem for me with the old brackets were they were all very awkward shapes, and you could never fit it in your camera bag. So I would hang it off the side of the bag with a strap or a hook, and it would be banging into my shin. We all basically gave up on camera brackets, flash brackets. One of the old myths in flash brackets, and I've seen companies turn somersaults trying to work this out, was to always have the flash centered right over the lens. And I never understood the concept, because if anything, you want to get the flash high up over the lens and off to the side. That's how we all shoot portraits. That's how you get or start to get Rembrandt style lighting. You know, centered light is flat light. And what you really want from your setup is direction. Now, Scott, you know how you and Frank Dorhoff are always talking about just one light.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine doing that with real shape and flexibility while you're working solo at a birthday party, no assistant, everything in your hand, or if you're going to be working for a long time, you put it on a monopod, and that's fine. You get around the room like that. I want to show you one other little thing that I discovered when I was planning this project. Let me put this, I'm going to put this down here. It's nice. It holds itself up on the table real nicely with no support. Now, if I'm going to leave it around with kids going around the room, I would probably put this more securely on a tripod or a platypod than on the table. Okay. I'm going to show you a little trick. If we can get a wide view on here, Juan. Thank you. If you just take the handle here and loosen it, raise this light up a little bit. Now watch this. If I rotate this away from the subject, just like this, keep going, going, going. Now the subject is just going to see a sliver of that reflector, okay? Little sliver. And what that ends up doing is giving you a little bit of light coming onto one side of the face, cutting across the nose, over the other eye, casting a shadow in a triangle down below the cheek. You've got Rembrandt lighting from 3 to 6 feet away with one simple rig, no light stands, no assistants, nothing else. And I encourage whoever buys this, play around with it. I did, and I was amazed by the results that I was getting. Now, where do I see this being used the most? Let's face it, every photographer with a good camera gets called upon by their family to shoot the family events. And this Platypod Bracket and Bounce makes that job easier, more consistent, and really it's the tool you need. Yes, that was my original intent. However, I've been surprised by people like Victoria Pavlov, who tells me she sees using the B&B, that's what we're going to call it for fun, mostly for product photography. My macro friends like Don Komarechka, Stuart Wood, Lee Hall, they're all excited to be using this for their close-up work. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more use cases coming up as time goes on. We'll talk about that immediately. Jason, if I can have the picture of the Erik Kuna setup. Yes, Erik, we named one setup in honor of you.
It's going to have a lot of cameras.
Yeah, let's say you want to shoot from one tripod. You want to shoot wide angle, medium, telephoto, all at once, and put the entire rig on one tripod, compact, in a rig that you can pack up in your camera bag. This is the one. Yeah. So I'm trying to convince Erik when he goes next week to shoot the Artemis launch to maybe use a setup like this.
I could see that. Like photojournalism is another place. You know, we're running and gunning small crews. You know, you got to have different cameras. Nowadays, a lot of times you got to shoot video and stills at the same time.
That's right, and you can now mount multiple
a
cameras
video and
on
still.
one rig.
Yeah, I can see that.
If we can have the next image, what I call the Saturday Night Fever setup. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to use this. I would love to see somebody try it. You put together 4. This is a little crazy, guys. This is what I do at night when I can't sleep, Scott. Okay, so you put together 4 handles, support them with cross braces made out of our elbow supports.
Yep, I see that.
And then you mount the camera on the bottom. You can hold this by the top cross brace, hold it like a briefcase. The camera is down at ankle length,
and you
can walk, and you're just Travolta down the street, or a puppy down the street, right at their level, without breaking your back, without bending over. And let's see I'd love to hear what other people come up with. This is also an ideal tool for tethered shooting to an iPad. And I don't know if either of you ever tried it, but I've done it. I've set up in my house a photo booth where I have this rig with the camera on it, and on one of the handles, I'll have a tethered tools cable set up, plugged right into my iPad, and I'm shooting from the iPad, and when the people are done and I've done my photo booth, I email it to them unretouched, because I've set up the lighting and the color correction beforehand. I don't have to do anything. They get it right before they leave the booth. We'll cover that in a future YouTube video and go into that into more detail. And I think Frank Dorhoff is planning on doing a video on that, because he talked about a cable that does this in an app called Cascable. You might not have heard of it.
No, I haven't.
But Cascable allows you to rig any camera, Fuji, Panasonic, Canon, Nikon, to an iPad and do tethered shooting with it. It's absolutely amazing. All right, bottom line. What you have here is tantamount to a travel-ready portrait studio that fits into a makeup bag. And yes, this is a bag it's going to come with. It includes a reflector. It includes practically everything we just showed you. It has a nice zippered pouch on the side for an accessory case. And you know what? Again, it just makes sense. Head over to platypod.com. We got a direct link to the homepage.
The bag includes
Kickstarter.
L'Oreal lip gloss.
If you'd like, Scott, do you use L'Oreal lip gloss?
No, Eric does.
Every day.
Okay, and I want to thank
Twice
the first
on
40
Sundays.
backers who backed the project, and please join us. And this helps us to keep creating things for your cameras, for your photography.
Awesome, yeah.
And we hope to actually change and improve the way everybody shoots. Thank you for letting me make that presentation. Any questions?
Oh, of course.
Let's see.
Oh, that's very funny.
Ken's asking, will this work with Manfrotto tripod mount?
So everything in this system is ARCA compatible. In fact, the entire rail at the bottom of the bracket is ARCA compatible. So you can stick this onto a tripod. Manfrotto is one of the only companies who's chosen to continue with their own mounts. So you would need an adapter to go to the Manfrotto tripod mount. Sorry about that, but I'd say 85 to 90% of quick release systems now are ARCA compatible, so we chose
That's
to go
all I
with that.
buy anymore because of that.
Yeah.
I don't even buy those other ones.
Yeah.
Nope.
I want the ARCA compatible. All right, and it looks like you got 43 backers so far. So go check it out, and a lot of people are backing it already. So
All right,
almost
good
up
to
to
see it.
8K.
All righty.
Now I guess we're going to get Clay in the next segment.
We are gonna
I'll
take
come back a
Case.
little bit later
We're
and
gonna-
take any other questions.
Yeah, so send in your questions. We're going to come back. We'll have Clay with us. So stick around. We'll be right back. We're live here on the grid on Kickstarter Platypod Day. Let's go.
Hey guys, Frank Dorhoff here. Welcome in our studio in the Netherlands and welcome to a new class on KelbyOne. Do you ever wonder how can we get more creative with our photography? Are you a little bit afraid when you look at those websites and you can see all those props and they are pretty expensive and you don't know what to buy? why not start with the stuff that you already have? Why not get some, let's say, emergency blankets, or maybe get a torch? If the light is too bright or too large, use a little bit of piece of cardboard. You will find out that in this class, you will look at your photography equipment in a totally different way. There are no more excuses. I don't have expensive gear, I don't have expensive backdrops. After this class, you will make the best of even an emergency blanket. Join me on this new class on KelbyOne to create great images with cheap materials that you can find in and around your house. And you probably already have a load of them that I'm going to show you in this class. See you online.
Come join us at KelbyOneLive.com and build your photography skills online. Training is our expertise. Each of you deserves to master Adobe Lightroom. Learn from the best in the business with over 20 sessions. We are dedicated to making you proficient in Adobe Lightroom. Get a competitive advantage and access the digital library for a full year. It's time to join us.
Hey everybody, we're back, and this is Clay Blackmore. And Clay is a quite famous wedding photographer and event photographer out of the Baltimore area. And we've known Clay for many, many years. And he's our guest today. And he's got, I'm going to say it wrong, but he's got 7 tips for awesome wedding and event photography.
Yeah,
it's something like that. It's really close
He'll
to
tell
that.
us.
It's real close, right?
I mean, what is it? Yeah. Keep going. Am I ready? Am I going?
Oh,
my,
dude, you are
my
good
gift
to
is
go.
really just to be able to talk to people. Because if you want to be successful in this business, you need to communicate with your client. You need to sell them. You need to go out there. You need to get the deposit. You need to get the job. And if you are quiet and reserved, you need to hire someone to work between you and the client.
Right.
But I was so lucky to work with some of the best photographers in the world. But you know what? I have to say, yesterday was one of the best days of my life. I'm going to show a little clip. Are we ready to go live on my laptop?
Yep.
Yep.
This is just over here in the Kelby studio, just teaching technique. And that's what this is all about. This program and this educational platform that I'm on is about being consistent. Doing the same things over and over so you can work from the heart. You've got to get the technique behind you so you can be more efficient and more communicative with your people. So what you've just watched here are just some quick creeps in the studio, and that actually wasn't time-lapse. That's the way I work.
That's fast.
Actually, we've been very happy to build out, I think, one of the most complete studios in Washington, D.C. Can I just show you some behind the scenes? This is a 1-minute film. Again, more fun. Let's go get them. It's a furniture store. And lucky for me, there's 20 empty offices there. And we've just been painting floors. And boy, I walk around Kelby Studio and all I see is, hey, we should do this over in this corner. Oh, look what they did here. We should hang some lights there. But this is turning into like a little iconic little corner in DC. We rent it out on Pure Space. We do workshops, we do classes. There's the bat mitzvah girls who pay all the bills, by the way, the mitzvah clients. And we're down in the warehouse here doing flour. The building next door is amazing for contemporary outdoor work. So you can come to my studio. You can get basically, there's the warehouse.
Wow, it's big.
Amazing opportunity, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. There's the new window light. I'm working North Light. I just got a call. I should jump into my other show. He says, Clay, I got custody of my son. I need a portrait today. I said, I'm flying to Tampa at 2 o'clock. He said, I'll be right over. And we just went down by that big window light studio.
Yeah.
Some of the favorite portraits I've ever made. Just the feeling that we were able to capture. So these are some rentals. You know, I'll tell you, Scott, one of the best ways to deliver education, because I'm on Peerspace. So here we go. The guy's coming down the hall, right? And he's bringing a little 1-year-old and the mother, and he's all by himself. And I picture the music from Shark Tank. Dun, 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 dun. Today we have a 1-year-old and a photographer and his mother in the studio. And then you leave them alone and say, go ahead, I've got strobe here, I've got LED here, pick your backdrop, I'll leave you alone. And after about 20 minutes, say, would you like a little help? Oh, please. And you jump in and save the day. Because I've rented the studio a dozen times. You're talking about a bunch of hacks coming in there. They don't use a tripod. Why do we use a tripod or a platypod? You know, because 10 reasons, but I'm using that big white lens, right?
Right.
So I'm shooting away, and I'm saying, look up here. Look above the lens to get that moment of alertness that Paul Giddings talked about. Look here. I can't do that handheld, right? And then all the time I run in and fix something, come back to the tripod, the camera is right where I left it,
Right.
okay? So let's power through some slides here. And my teacher, Monty, probably one of the most, the best guy out there.
Yeah.
Nobody could do it.
Just phenomenal teacher, instructor, photographer.
What happened? Okay.
Phenomenal.
This is how we arrived at most weddings. And people would say, what kind of music do you play? You're the band, right?
Yeah, right.
They thought we were coming in to play the music. But
That's smart.
What it is, we took everything. And if you forgot a backlight stand, you would hear all about it.
Ooh, I bet
you
so.
would not forget it on the next job.
He was legend.
Now, this picture I made with Monty of the Kardashian wedding, 1991. This picture ended up in People magazine. And it's all about being at the right place at the right time. Monty's right there with the Rolly. And I'm right there with the Nikon F4 at the time before I went all Canon. And bam, that was one of my first big images about capturing the moment. And speaking of the moment, we got Mark IV sent out to about 6 photographers. And I got one, Reggie got one, Busink. And all I can tell you, I got up at sunrise and took a real bride and groom, and the sun rays just came out, and everyone says, that's
Wow.
fake, that's a fake sky. And I said, no, it's not a fake sky. We expose for the sky, and we fast shutter speed, and we bring it all together. And that was on the camera back a few days later for the EOL program.
Oh, wow.
So that was a big image for me. And this is what I'm all about: energy, excitement, infrared on the beach. I mean, I could tell you a 10-minute story about this, but the bride and groom, they gave me like 6 minutes for pictures the day before at their wedding. And I'm at the brunch, and I said, man, would I love to have 10 more minutes with you in that gown and Morty in that white tux. Why don't we go down to the beach and do it right now? And she said, I'll do it if you'll do it. I said, I have a flight at 3. It's 11. I'll meet you down there in 30 minutes.
Wow.
That's the picture we took away. Infrared, shooting up with a 14mm lens, strong flash to keep up with the background.
All right, Clay.
Yes, sir. I got to
me
slow
interrupt
down.
for just a
No,
second.
please.
I don't want to take to slow down because I'm loving this. Take as long as you want.
Okay, thanks.
So just let it roll.
I
man.
can't get to go
These
13
photos
minutes.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
So-
you. You're very kind. Well, let's do it. I've got it packed. I got it packed for you. Infrared, the back
beautiful.
of the Lincoln Memorial.
Infrared.
I shoot a ton of it. It's my
Really?
secret weapon. I take it to everything I do, every single job. I shoot it with strobe. It's just there on a strap.
All right, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So I've never shot infrared for portraits. Never.
Okay.
Not once. Because I assumed it would make their skin tone funky and all, but it looks great here.
Oh, it's amazing with flash because it's balanced for daylight.
All right.
And so my infrared story, Scott, I went to a hotel in Park City, Utah, and I had the opportunity. I did a bar mitzvah actually down at Stein Erikson Lodge, and Sunday morning I'm showing all the pictures to the brunch, and they were going like, "What is that black and white?" And we were up on a golf course. Michael Jordan lived at this golf course, so it was very exclusive, gated. And I'm shooting infrared, and it looked like we were on Mars. And the lady that's decorating the hotel, she said, "Tell me more about that." And I said, "That's called infrared." She said, "Can you come and see me next week?" Well, I had to go here and there, and then I flew back with a whole presentation. We did 180 pictures infrared for this hotel.
Wow.
Waldorf Astoria. And I've got one of the pictures in here.
Oh, good. I want to see
Yeah.
it.
So anyway, infrared's my secret weapon.
Wow.
This is my secret weapon,
that's
herding
beautiful.
cats. We're up at the farm, 90% chance of rain, hey, we can smell the rain. We know it's coming. We can see the damp road. And I'm like, we got to get down to the bottom of the hill and take some pictures. Because I scouted the location the day before because I knew the rain was coming. I'm like, when it rains, where are we going to go? So I picked out a place in the house, and the house was super crowded up in Middleburg, Virginia. So once we got down to the bottom of the hill, what am I doing? I'm picking the background first, you know, and then I'm putting the people in the background. And that's that tree that's blooming.
That's beautiful.
And so, you know, that's one of the things that I do when I go outside is I choose a background and then I bring it all together. I'll tell you a quick story. Daniel, he's right here. My favorite picture of Daniel and his mother, I put him right on a fall tree. It was so beautiful. Click, click, click. It is beautiful. And my assistant's there. I said, hey, let me jump in. So I jump in with Daniel, Lilia, and my assistant moved the camera this much. And then he got the white sky. Yeah. We didn't have the fall tree. We had the white sky. And I said, you blew it. So, you know, now in AI, you can change backgrounds so quick. But I'd rather get it in camera.
Did you yell at him and stuff?
He doesn't work for me anymore.
Oh, ouch.
Ouch.
All right.
God, these are wonderful.
This is when the Pocket Wizard came out. Because we used to do line of sight on the strobes.
Right.
This is 580 flashes. That's how far I go back. I'm an old guy. And then I've got this Pocket Wizard underneath the 580.
Yeah.
So now it's not line of sight. And we go out in the snow, and this is a real wedding, 24 inches of snow. And bam, we get the shot with the back 45 light coming in. That's what makes the whole thing come together. Now, she had a black umbrella, so I had to change that to gold to match the other ladies. And there you go. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Sure, man.
The reason why Clay keeps mentioning these are real brides and all is because you will see, and I won't mention any names, but top wedding photographers who have these wonderful pictures that are all staged with not a real bride and groom. And so that's why he's saying this is a real bride and groom to let you know. I didn't hire people to stand in and go, stand right here and get the perfect shot in the perfect location. You don't know how hard it is to make shots at this level that he's doing at a real wedding where everyone's rushed and you are not you're not the client. They're the client. And so they want to give you this much time. You know, like they want amazing photos, but they also want to get on to their next thing. It is, if you've never shot a wedding, it's one of the most challenging and rewarding when you do it right. It's very rewarding. But I just wanted to point that out because these are extraordinary pictures that since they're not staged, they're just makes it even like, wow. One
thing I learned from Hanson Fong, he said, the camera sees with one eye. Learn to see with one eye. And I'm like, Hanson, what are you talking about? I do not get that. He said, you see height, width, and depth. The camera, the lens sees height and width. You don't get to see depth. So you have to put things out of focus in the foreground. Then you focus on the middle ground and an out of focus background. So we're fooling the brain. You know, in video and in photography, having those layers, that's a big
depth, right?
big tip. You know, and then the energy. And I guess, again, talking about dealing with people, let's have fun. Let's make it fast. Let's keep it going. And there's never a pause. You know, here's a great tip. I'm in the studio yesterday, shooting away. I go, okay, I'm going to step out, now you take it. The guy jumps in and he goes, I got it. And I said, you just take like 80 pictures and you didn't give them any instruction, any direction, and how are you going to pick the best one in Lightroom? Because I live in Lightroom. I mean, if I look tired, I'm doing big events, big jobs, and delivering. Everybody wants a job the next day.
Right, sure.
So I'm a little tired from Saturday night, 1,300 people in Baltimore. Woo. And I'm going to show you that picture. But anyway, the story there is a great tip, Scott, and take a picture and then say, now you change it again. And now sometimes they're not sure what to do. So you say, put your shoulders here. Great. Now tip your head here. Great. Now your head here. Great. Now I want you to change it. Now, change it again. You. And just get them feeling, moving. And then you say, show me your back. Now look over your shoulder. Now, and pretty soon, you say, we're going to do 20 now. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. You get to 20. Every one is different. And then you get to the 20th one, you go, hey, that was great. Let's do 20 more. And they laugh, you do a dozen more. And then when you get to Lightroom, boom, one's going to just jump off the page.
It's true.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true.
There it is. Post that. We're done.
Yep. Wow.
This is one of my all-time favorite pictures, just
twin lens
rolly. I'm walking by them with a 3.5 planar waist level finder. The problem with this picture is they've never seen it, you know?
Aw.
Just clipped it off and just lovers in Paris, you know? And I shoot the Ilford 400 film. Monty, when I went to work for him, he said, this is what we're going to shoot weddings with, Rolly 2.8Fs. There's not a sharper, cleaner lens on the planet. Edge to edge, everything was so good. So I still love the Rolly. In fact, this is their wedding day in DC, right? And I love this picture because I'm trying to get it. Picture Ruth Orkin, American Girl in Italy. She's walking down the street. All the Italians are checking her out. And they said, did she set that up or was that real? Well, this guy walked by the camera, and I'm getting my focus, and I'm like, hey, sir, can you back up and walk by them again? He backs up, he walks by, and I get the shot. So what do we call that? Photoposalism? Yeah. So we set it up. But that's pretty iconic image there. I mean, that's the Rolly. Now, I'm going to talk about my King Kong stand. In fact, I made one here in your studio. It's going right now. It's right over there. See that stand, the C stand?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Well, I go everywhere with a big stand, and I put a time lapse up. And now with Platypod, I'm tagging 4K 60 video, time lapse. I'm shooting the wedding cinematically. So let's take a look at this. This is pretty amazing. This is the wedding from the back, right? I'm just letting it run, right? And then here I am in the front with the bride walking down the aisle. So this is no word of a lie. Yeah, no word of a lie. I shot this picture and this picture at the same time.
Wow.
And then I just take that out in Photoshop, of course. Right. And here's the one we just did Saturday night. Now here's what happened. I know the lady who runs the lighting, Alicia, and I said, how bright are the lights going to be? What are you going to do? And I'm thinking, do I expose for the stage? Do I expose for the confetti? I got to get the confetti. I really needed 2 photographers there. Daniel was up in the balcony with a 200-1.8 shooting the entertainment. So what happened was I'm right on the stage getting all these benefactors. So boom, I hit the people on the stage right there. And that's at the same time. And then we added this confetti in with a graphic artist.
Oh.
Her name's Giovanna. She works out of South America.
Wow,
she was
she's
in my
good.
Yeah, she was in my studio. Her visa ran out. So we Zoom every day, and she's really good at this.
Hey, go back to
Yeah, sure, I go back.
that one right there. So 14 millimeter?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I just let it run
That
all night.
looks so big. Oh, this is the one that's running by itself?
Oh, yeah, it's a time lapse, Mark III.
This is the
Now,
time
listen,
lapse.
I used to dial it in with my phone on a Mark IV, and then I could see what I was getting.
So this is just a DSLR, a Canon
Mark III.
Mark III,
And just let it
5D
run.
Mark III.
5D Mark III.
5D Mark III. And how often does it take a picture?
Every 5 seconds.
Every 5 seconds.
Raw, full raw.
Full raw. You got a big card in there, 128 gig.
Yeah. Delican 128. And then, you know, we come home at night and, you know, there we download them. And you know what I do for the room shots, the big rooms?
Yeah.
Put it in this corner, walk away. Move it to this corner, walk away. Hey, the atrium, they're coming in. Move it out. I just move it around and I put it like on F11. Everything's in focus.
Yeah, everything's in focus.
Just let it go.
That's so clever.
Thank you. I have a ton of King Kong stuff. We do golf. You're about to see some of the best golf photography in the world. It's a King Kong stand.
I like that.
A
I like
guy
the
brought
name
it
of
over. It's a Manfrotto stand, and it goes 30 feet in the air, and it is heavy duty. This thing weighs, what do you think, Daniel, 25, 30 pounds? About 40 pounds. Yeah, so 40, he says, because he carries it.
But
it's a Manfrotto stand.
It's that tall? You put it up that tall?
I move it up a lot. Listen to this. I'm at a wedding at the Mayflower or at the Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at the clouds. Put it right out front, get the clouds tumbling. Leave it. Nobody will know what to do with it. So I go up in the bride's room and I keep looking down and people walk by and they see it and then they look at the hotel and they're like, I don't know, and they walk away from it.
Wow.
And people say, you're pretty brave to leave that just out on the street.
No one's going to take
Nobody
that.
knows what to do with it, you know? It weighs 50
So
pounds.
heavy. Yeah, they're like, what?
Put that in your car. Put that on your
This in my
bicycle.
car.
Put that on
Oh,
your
that's
bicycle.
funny.
So this, I did a whole series in my studio. I was having breakfast with Larry Becker, and he talked
I'm
about...
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It was long.
It's okay.
And he talked about the white box, you know, to do jewelry in.
Yeah.
And so I built a white box in my studio to put people in. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I got a whole video behind the scenes of this, and amazing. That's infrared there. It was just a great time, and this is just one of the images. And then it got dark out, and I just sent some pro photo lights in there.
All right, Clay,
Yes, sir.
you're making me feel like a really lazy photographer. I feel like I need to be doing something.
Dude, you're hot. I'm watching you now.
I take a camera and what?
This
You're
could be a
building
15-minute story.
Full-size boxes. It's got a 30-foot thing over there. Sorry.
Canon called me and said, "Can you photograph Maria Sharapova? And you're going to have a half a day with her in Philadelphia." I'm there. I brought my own hair person, my own makeup person. We slept in the hotel, and then they're saying, can you do it in an hour? And I'm like, you told me half a day. But I'm all set up high key, right? Can you do it in 30 minutes? And then Canon, they're all driving the train down from New York, flying, and they're all there. There's like 15 Canon people. And she's signing the big deal with Canon, and I have to get the picture, and she injures herself on the tournament. So her dad is like, Russian. She's not going in that room, and I'm in the middle. There's Canon here, there's the dad yelling, and I'm in the middle. She walks in with wet hair. My girl, my makeup person and my hair person, it's going to take me an hour to dry her hair. The father said, you have 10 minutes. So I just laid her on the paper and made this image, and it's one of my all-time favorites,
Wow.
to know the pressure you're under and to deliver, and Canon made refrigerator magnets out of this, All right, here we go. I love window light. This is over at the college, and learning how to harness the light. Monty showed me. People look into the window, it's flat. You've got to learn to turn and catch the back edge of the window. Camera Craftsman of America, I'm showing the guys how to do 4K capture. So we just run the whole session in 4K, and we pulled this still off the,
that's
look at
gorgeous.
that. Isn't that
Yeah.
pretty? It's just window light, split lighting, but I've turned the camera vertical, and I used the 1DX2. Still my favorite camera. I've had a lot of Canon cameras, but that 1DX, we just live on it. Now, this is what we worked on yesterday, and this is sheet music. And if you could do one or two of these, you'd be way ahead of the talent that's out there today. Today, everyone's just spray and pray. So this is the scales for a piano or a musician, which I understand. There's a whole band out there. You got guitars everywhere, and so I didn't know you had such a love for music. But this is what Monty would teach us, to do the scales on the piano.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about working from the heart right here, because there's a movie called Shine, and I'm sure you've seen it. The boy says, I'm going to do the Rachmaninoff, and the man says, that's the hardest piece you could ever play. And he goes, it's a mountain. And the teacher said, you have to learn it blindfolded. And he goes, and they show him blindfolded playing over and over and over. And he says, you have to learn the notes so your hands form unbreakable patterns. And it can come from here. And I got it right then. It's got to come from here.
Yeah.
So it takes repetition. It takes practice. So what is it, working from the heart? H is honor your client. Don't take a wedding and say, I'm going to exploit the hell out of these people and put it all over my Instagram. That's what's going on. People think, this is my wedding. No, it's the bride's wedding. Honor that bride.
Mm-hmm.
E, what is it? E, evaluate. What are your needs? Listen and do what they want. Dale Carnegie said, be a good listener. And Dale Carnegie said, learn people's names. Right, Scott?
I'm terrible at names.
You hear your name. You have to associate it. But when you hear your name, you perk up. So if you want to be a great photographer, where's the camera? Learn people's names. Learn association. If I'm doing a family group, I need to know those names so I can put them right where I want them.
Right. No, that's good. Yeah, you can ask Earl. I'm not very good at names.
So evaluate, ask. What are we going to ask for? Ask for the deposit. Ask the people to smile. Ask for the final payment. Ask. You've got to be proactive.
Yeah.
R. Now, R is huge. Remember Monty, remember Don Blair, remember Doug Kirkland, remember those men who went before us. But remember, how about repetition? How about restoration? We need restoration in our businesses. I've become very spiritual with my son Daniel, and we're working on a video series. I'd love to do it with you. I'll bring it to a new Kickstarter if it works that way. But it's the light and the reflector. How do they work together? Well, God's the light, we're the reflector. There's an alignment there. If they get out of alignment, and you're the reflector, you're in the darkness.
Yeah.
You got to get in that light. How do you get there? You can fast, you can pray, you can read the Bible. That's going to get you on target, especially the days we live in. Are you reading the same newspapers I'm reading? Look what's going on out there.
Wait, there's newspapers?
Yeah, thank you. That's
right?
a joke.
You mean my news feed is what you mean.
People look, the news
Hey,
feed.
we're going to have to take a short break,
sure.
but don't go away.
Oh, okay.
Don't go away. We're not
I'm
done.
about done.
No, you
Thank
keep
you.
going. We're going to take a really short break, and then we'll be right back. Don't go away. We got more coming up. And we'll get Larry back here in a minute too, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Great. I knew it.
Hey, I'm Jeff Leinbach. I just finished recording my latest class, A Practical Guide to Picking the Right Lens. I'm here with a bunch of lenses, and we have a great class for you. We talk about different varieties of lenses, different types of lenses, some lens features that you may not have heard of. We even talk about specific lenses for specific uses in photography. For example, if you're a landscape photographer, what are the best lenses to use? If you are an architectural photographer, what are the lenses that I want to make sure that I'm looking at? Those are the things that we're going to talk about in this class. I also have a handful of quick tips that might help you take care of your gear and make your gear function better as we go along. So I encourage you to join me at KelbyOne.com.
Hello, this is Nikon Ambassador Hilmar Smith, and I'm at the KelbyOne Studios filming my new class. This is going to be a continuation of the Y Seamless many ways to use it. So today we're going to be using paint, little bows to decorate your Y Seamless. We're going to be playing and creating like origami and paper boats, paper airplanes. We are creating like a little notebook page. We are wrinkling, we're using so many fun things to level up and use your Y Seamless in a more creative way. So if you want to level up your creativity, come and join me at KelbyOne.com.
Come join us at KelbyOneLive.com and build your photography skills online. Training is our expertise. Each of you deserves to master Adobe Lightroom. Learn from the best in the business with over 20 sessions. We are dedicated to making you proficient in Adobe Lightroom. Get a competitive advantage and access the digital library for a full year. It's time to join us.
Hey, we are back with Erik and Clay, and real quickly, we're up to 76 backers. Yeah. He's about halfway almost to the his pledged goal of 35, and of course he'll probably have that by tonight. But go and get in now, right? Get in on this now. So
just go over to platypod.com. It's right there. You click on it.
Click it right there.
Yep, and
click on the picture of Kathy, and there you go.
Boom. All right.
Hey, and guess what? On Platypod, you're going to see some solid technique that we laid down yesterday. It's going to be a new video, and it was funny because Larry was showing me how I could do Rembrandt lighting from on camera. And I said, the heck with that, because I had the sending unit on the camera. We just took the handle off, and we put a snoot on the light, and we put a hair light. We were doing film noir with 2 speed lights.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, the work is really amazing. But you know, I want to plow through these and then talk a little bit more and wrap it up. I'm just really happy to be here and to share. The cherry blossoms just came out in DC.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got 3 sessions waiting for me, and I'm emailing them, hey, they're going to hold. We drive tomorrow to Boca. We do a family of 14. Then Saturday, we do another family that flew us to Monte Carlo for a wedding. So I want to cry, but I knew I was going to be in Florida, so I'm thinking, who do I know in Florida? I called them up. I asked, and they said, we'd love to see you. That's how we're getting business now.
Wow.
We're not sitting home waiting for emails. We're going to go get it, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, this picture, I love this picture. But, you know, people think this is so beautiful and so easy. But I watch everyone at the cherry blossoms. People aren't even using flash. They're not even using a reflector. This is what it's taking to get that picture, because you always have to be prepared. Scrimming, reflector, and then I always have my flash. And I'll tell you why I use the flash.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Isn't this beautiful?
Beautiful.
I'll tell you, the flash gives you a full spectrum of light. Here's what's happening here. It's raining. Smell the rain in the air. It's ugly. So you can see just a Canon right out of the box. You know, there's no modifier. And there's a little Canon light behind her. It's a speed light. And it's dreary. It's ugly. But when the flash goes off, picture Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. The light comes in, all the colors of the rainbow are coming out of my flash.
Wow.
So they're giving me those skin tones that are accurate.
Yeah, those skin tones look great.
Yeah.
So what am I doing here? The one eye. I put him on a speaker, you know, from traveling. He's on a, and I put him right up in the tree. Put him right where I wanted him. And that's the one eye.
Wow, that looks so good.
And then sometimes we use the Tiffin cosmetic filters that go a long way too, just to speed up your delivery.
Hey, can we look at that picture again? Because Eric and I talk about this a lot on the grid when people send in those blind critiques. And one of the things is, what he's doing with the out of focus leaves in the front.
Layers.
This is very hard to do.
It's intentional.
It's very intentional.
Layers.
And he talked about this earlier where he said, it's out of focus in the front, then you've got your subject there in focus.
Sharp in the
then
middle.
you've got, and then look, there's 2 more layers of depth. There's semi in focus,
and then it falls down.
and then it goes back to a background, and that creates photos that have a lot of depth.
Yep.
And this one truly does.
It folds
But
the
so
rain.
many people fall down on that, trying to frame up their
Well,
image.
they saw a shot like this,
And
then they try, but they fail because they just like put something out in focus in the foreground, but there's no intention to it. It's just like.
All right, you got some comments here.
Yeah.
Robin says, "Hi, Clay." She goes, "What is your go-to camera now?"
All right. You know, I was an explorer of light for 24 years. And mirrorless came out the day they let me go, right? So I'm like, why'd you let me go? Well, you're not a woman and you don't have a good social media. But I'm still shooting circles around all the EOLs. I'm looking at my work, I'm looking at theirs. I use an R6 for the mirrorless, and I use the Mark IV for everything. The Mark IV, I've compared the R5 and the Mark IV, and maybe my camera settings are off a little. My Mark IV gives me beautiful portrait work, like I'm showing you.
Wow. And then Michael Jordan
Says,
says, "Hey, Clay." And Jim says, "Clay is off the chain."
I like it. I love it. So there's so much to talk about. We could go on and on. How about this?
That's lovely.
29 degrees. They're from Pittsburgh. I'm saying, maybe we can get out of this session today. And I called them and said, you know, I think it's too cold. Well, we're only coming down for the day. Can we just try? So we drive down to the canal, and we all have heavy jackets And we come over here, and this is one of my favorite little secret spots. Jackets off, shoot, 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 jackets on. You know, we're just playing, and I do love this so much.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So Giovanna and I were doing some promotion. It's on my Instagram for the cherry blossoms. And I said, can you put cherry blossoms in that picture? Look what she did.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Wow,
keep up,
she's
man.
good.
Trying to keep up. And, you know, I don't want to overdo AI, but when it can help me on my own photograph, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
Families. Now, this is where I'm trying to draw my sails. And this picture we hung on Sunday, Daniel and I, at their home. And Daniel said, boy, you guys had a beautiful day. And the mother and I looked at each other and laughed. It was windy. It was cold. It was hard.
Wow, you don't see that in the picture.
It was tough sledding. So what's the first thing I do is pick the background. Then Alan, my really wonderful assistant, he's got the scrim. Because when I pick that background, now I've got side lighting. So then I use my double lights right there. Those 2 flashes go with me everywhere. If one doesn't fire, I got the other one.
Are 600s?
Yeah, 600s. And they link up perfect with the Platypod system. And that silver reflector is everything. And knowing where to put it. Not underneath, but up above. So
thank goodness.
I went to her home and I showed her, here's what we can do on your walls. And we've got all these opportunities.
Wow, that's nice.
Now, there's a company called ProPrints. They used to be Circle Graphics.
Yeah.
And they had this on their website. So it's called the Evangeline. And I don't even want to tell you how inexpensive all that was for me. I mocked this up, and I said, we can do something for your husband's office as well. Here's Daniel and the father-in-law Sunday after Daniel hit a few golf balls. And there's the final delivery. That's from a phone. It looked so nice. And then we put a book on the table from Miller's, which I can't say enough about the Lab Millers. They are so darn good. Their color, that's infrared right out of the bay. You see the infrared opening?
Yeah.
And then these are the books that I make. And a lot of families I do, like when we go tomorrow to Boca, I'll be doing 4 books, without a doubt. They have 3 children, and the parents will get a book.
Wow.
So I'm shooting for the book. I'm shooting the individuals. I'm shooting the small groups. I'm going for those moments.
A nice looking family.
Yeah, beautiful, aren't they? And this is just about over. It's a small book. And you know what? The mother, she said, oh, I look fat in one of the pictures. Have you ever heard that before?
Yes.
So I said, well, I'll make you a new book, because Miller's, I can afford to, and I took her book back and gave her a new one. But it brings up the question. I wish I could pause the picture. It's right there. You see her right there?
Yeah.
Well, she's picking up 2 kids, so her stomach stuck out. So in artwork, I went back and took a picture where she was just standing and changed it. So people buy pictures based on 2 things. What are they?
Emotion?
No?
No.
2 things.
How they look in the picture?
All right, see, that's what everyone says. Too vague. Too vague.
How fat they look in the picture?
There you go.
That's how I buy all my pictures.
No, the first thing, how does my body look? Second thing, what's my expression? That's what Monty taught me. That's what I do. We go in for slimming, body blocking, putting heavy people in the background. Now talk about infrared. This is one of my biggest weddings.
I wonder why I was in the back row.
Yeah.
That was
Why
good.
am I back rowing it again? This is cool.
The man who invented video poker, his name's Ernie Moody, and he's in Vegas.
I know Ernie.
All right, so
well, I don't know him. I shot in his studio.
Oh yeah, we went there
in
together.
His,
an airplane hangar.
His airplane hangar.
So I went and did his son's wedding, and he said, "Can you get some nice pictures of my granddaughter?" And I said, "How's that?" I had it at the dinner table.
Infrared?
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Super cool.
650
You're making me want to shoot infrared.
How about that?
I've never
Infrared.
really wanted to shoot infrared.
That's infrared.
Wow.
She's a tall woman, isn't she?
She's very tall. She's like 102 stories.
I felt terrible because she just kept saying 50 euro, 50 euro. She's a model. And I said, I'm going to pay you. You just do the picture. And then she didn't speak English. And so I had a translator. So every move, her knee in, her arm down, her shoulder, went through a translator. And I got the shot. She grabbed the money and ran. And she never even saw the shot. But the sun is right behind her shoulders. You know what I mean? And that's my big takeaway. Shoot from the dark to the light. Always shoot from the dark to the light. Now this was an amazing infrared.
Can you expand on that?
This one?
Or the dark to the light.
Anytime I go outside, I want to take cover. I want to get in the shade and shoot out. And then while I'm in the shade, I bring some flash in or some reflector and then let the backgrounds go bright and airy.
All right, so that's what you mean. You're shooting. You're in the dark.
Yes.
They're in the.
Shoot to the light. Shoot to the light. Put them in the window. You know, I was at Congressional Country Club doing a little wedding over in the corner, and we did Tiger Woods and the whole crew there, the men with the board, and they loved the fact that I was that quick, and they loved the picture. I put them right in the vestibule, shooting out to the green, strong flash, beautiful. Now I'm doing a wedding like a year later, and I'm over here, and this really big wedding, gigantic, money everywhere. The photographer's out on the putting green, and she's got the group with the clubhouse behind them. And I wanted to run over and say, no, you got to turn around and shoot that way. But that would have embarrassed her.
So they're backlit.
Yes,
okay.
backlit.
Exactly. Gotcha. Okay.
More dimension. Free light. It's a free light.
Yep.
All right, I got to speed this up, but this is the TPC Avenel. The chef's son is getting married. So I went to the Friday night dinner. And I said, hey, let's take a golf cart down and do a few pictures. I'm all by myself. So I said, chef, come on, and you can hold the reflector. Chef's there 30 years. We're good friends. The chef's doing all these color pictures. They were gorgeous. And I'm over on number 6. And I look over to number 5. That's the 5. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, run up those stairs. See the stairs? Get up there. And this is real. This is no AI. This is straight out of camera. I'm not kidding you.
Infrared.
Ran home. I have a Canon printer. At 4100, printed a 30 by 40 canvas, called my framer. Saturday, it's in a frame at the wedding on canvas. The bride comes back up the aisle. She goes out, and there it is, and she cracks. It all hit her, and she's crying and bawling over this picture. And, you know, because she knows how much it's going to cost her. No, we got a few golf. All right, here we go, infrared.
Infrared.
I decorated the whole hotel, and not kidding you. Now, my friend who's printing this job for me, he said they ordered 20 of this print, 20 of them in 40-inch. But you have a problem. The edges are all soft. You had the wrong combination of lens and camera, evidently. I don't know why. I said, you're kidding me. What am I going to do? I mean, they're soft. And he said, let me call you back. He cut the picture into 3 pieces, put it back together, and they never knew. The sucker fell for it.
The sucker fell for it. There you go, folks.
Let's finish up with some golf.
Sucker fell for it.
This is Justin Rose, and I'm using high-speed sync, 3 flashes. Daniel and I, we just did the BMW.
Like that.
This is, what a shot of spawn, right? And we got every single player in the field like this. Every player, Scheffler, and with this trophy. And this is just fun. We're right out in the middle, but it's work. It's 100 degrees, lenses. I mean, it's no easy walk in the park. And then this is probably one of my favorite golf pictures ever. I went to the Congressional for the AT&T, and I just took Daniel. He was about, I don't know, how old were you?
Probably about 7.
7 years old. So we're just hanging out, and I had my cameras, but I didn't have inside the ropes, which is a gym. I'm just hanging out having an ice cream. And Daniel, Tiger flares it over. I didn't even know he was on the tee. And I'm like, what's going on? And here comes this army with Tiger. So I'm like, okay, let's go get this thing. I had a fisheye lens, and I had a monopod, right? So he's getting ready to pull his club back. I go on a 2-second timer, and I hoist the camera above my head, and then he hits the ball. And there it goes, and that's a 2-second timer to get it at the perfect moment. And that's a huge print in our studio, and Congressional loves it. And
you're lucky he didn't hear that shutter click.
No, he doesn't. No, see, I've been doing golf all my life. He didn't hear it because that picture was taken on the follow-through. I knew right when to push it. Do you understand? I used to caddy these tournaments, so I've got a lot of etiquette around there. But I understood how to get the shot. And guess what? I printed a big one on my Canon printer.
Fantastic. What a great shot.
There's a dust spot right there. And I said, damn, we got to reprint it. And the guy said, that's not a dust spot. That's the ball. And it's right in here. You can't really see it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the ball's in there. Yeah. The ball's there. All right, let's wrap it up. Another window light picture. I just love this. Infrared, okay? That's what it looks like when it comes out of the camera. And see, I'm over in the shadows shooting from the dark to the light.
The light, yeah.
And is that it?
Oh, no, there's a video.
This is so crazy. Can we get sound on this?
Probably not.
We brought her to life at her 100-year birthday. Hi, it's me, Reggie. Thanks for coming to my 100-year birthday party. You know this isn't AI because we filmed this in 1946 because her brother was a 16-millimeter nut. And at the end of the montage, she says, thank you for coming. I'll see you at my 110-year.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's cool.
That was really, really cool. And I'm going to end with this. This is me in college. I've always loved motion. This is 44 years ago, probably. And my favorite portrait, probably, Monty was making this couple over here. He's photographing them at Winona School. And he took a long time, 4 or 5 minutes. And he's just getting ready to take the picture. And he's shooting, and he finally shoots it, and he shoots it. And it was going way too long. And he finally said, I got it. And I said, no, you didn't. Turn around. Took the umbrella off the fill, put a spotlight on, click. That was his all-time favorite picture.
Wow, well, that's great looking. He was an absolute legend.
Yeah, a legend. And you know, I'm going to finish it up on that heart, working from the heart, because I said we have to honor the customer. We have to evaluate. We have to ask. We have to remember all these greats that went before us. But what is T? What do you think, T? Think. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Tenderoni.
Technique.
Yes, technique.
Or tenderoni.
You're a musician. Have you ever been in a performance and a string breaks while you're playing?
Sure.
And I'm sure you can just change it. Nobody even knows while you're playing.
I'm not that good at changing strings. I change guitars.
You just change guitars, yeah. So technique, and it'll never fail you. Repetition, doing it over and over and over.
Wow.
Working from the heart. And if you want to bat 1,000, well, what is that? My website? Where'd that come
look
from?
at that. Look at that shot.
Oh, that was 98 degrees. And I told the groom, I think we should do your first look right over here, inside. And he goes, no, we're going to do the field like you said this morning. Let's go to the field. And that was the shot.
Wow, that's beautiful. What a beautiful shot. All right, where can they go learn more about you?
There it is, clayblackmore.com. And I'm on Instagram. I'm here and there and everywhere. But let's bat 1,000 and close it up. If you're in the major leagues and you bat 300, you're in the Hall of Fame, right? I'm going to tell my audience and your audience, you can bat. Which camera am I talking to? Right here?
Red one, yeah. One with the red thing.
All right, I'm going to tell you how to bat 1,000, and this works for me and has since I was 16. I didn't know how to work the camera that well, and I was the newspaper photographer for high school. And I knew if I lined up the dot and the circle, the pictures always came out. And I'm shooting my first wedding for $100. And I'm shooting, and guess what? It got dark. And I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? Because the thing wasn't working. So I threw a flash attachment on, they called it. And I said, now where does the lens go? 2.8 or 16? I didn't know. I put it on f8 right in the middle and just started shooting and laughing and having fun. And the mother, I heard her say, look at that photography. It's having the best time ever. These are going to be the best pictures we've ever had. And I'm like, from your mouth to God's ear, because I don't even think if they're going to come out. And they came out beautiful. And so what it is, it's all about who you are and how much energy you bring to it. So to bat 1,000, you have to love your customer, you have to love this profession, and you have to love yourself. And the people will love you. And if the pictures are mediocre, they're still going to love them. But as your technique gets better, after you watch some more Kelby training, after you watch some Platypod training, you're going to get better. And the whole thing is, all the tides are going to rise, and you're going to make a good living at this industry. So I'm just so happy to be here. I'm sorry I get emotional. I could cry on a Disney movie, but thanks for having me here.
I can cry on a commercial.
Well, hey, we got to take a break.
Yeah, we got to take a short break. We're going to bring Larry back and wrap things up. Clay, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was great.
That was terrific. Man. Holy cow, what a great amount of information. And just phenomenal pictures.
7 tips.
7 tips. Stick around. We'll be right back. Larry's coming, and we're going to wrap things up, give some gifts away.
Come join us at KelbyOneLive.com and build your photography skills online. Training is our expertise. Each of you deserves to master Adobe Lightroom. Learn from the best in the business with over 20 sessions. We are dedicated to making you proficient in Adobe Lightroom. Get a competitive advantage and access the digital library for a full year. It's time to join us.
1, 2, 3, go! Hey everybody, Kirk Nelson here from Pixel Pro Photography, and I am down here again at KelbyOne Studios in Oldsmar, Florida. This is Photoshop Secrets for Speed and Style. Deadlines are looming, and you have to work smart and fast. I'm going to show you some of the best Photoshop features to optimize your workflow so you can make Photoshop work better for you, and you can actually hit your deadlines with time to spare for some of the creative work. We're talking about custom smart objects. We're talking about actions, custom brushes, and you can actually hit your deadlines with time to spare for some of the creative work. Only here at KelbyOne.com.
All right, we are back. Hey, let's take a look at the progress of the Kickstarter. Can control room bring it up, since none of our computers work? All right, hit the thing. Hit the Kathy Bateson. Her name is not really Bateson anymore, but
Weatherston, right?
Weatherston. All right.
Oh,
88 backers. Let's go.
I really appreciate all the support. Really
oh, that's wow! Another backer just hit 89.
Nice.
Keep it going, guys, and
guys, you're going to find a million ways to use this. Like it's going to be interesting, I think, for you, Larry, to see how people are using this because, like you said, you can use part of the kit, you can use all the kit, You can mix and match. I can't wait to see what people do with it.
I can't wait to see what you do with it.
What am I going to do with it? I can't wait. I'm going to do portraits with it.
Here, go, do.
This is a makeup bag from L'Oreal that you get for free when you buy cosmetics. And every once in a while they stick a flash bracket in there.
You get it
We
for
don't
free
know
when
why.
you buy a bracket and bounce too.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, guys, we've got to wrap up. Any last words here, Larry, as we kick off the Kickstarter?
Any questions from anybody out here? Otherwise, I guess we're done.
Let's see.
You know, guys, you can go into Kickstarter as soon as you back it. You can put in comments.
Couple of questions for Clay. Did you convert a camera to infrared?
Yes, I did.
And
it's always ready to go.
Is it a Mark III?
It is actually an old 1DS, Mark II.
Oh, okay. And Met, who is, you might not know Met, she's from Denmark. And she is a phenomenal photographer, and she is on a tear. She has won every award, including Architectural Photographer of the Year.
Dang.
And whatever she shoots, it doesn't matter. She's phenomenal. And she said, and she wants to know what is the best technique for shooting infrared.
F16, because you want a lot of depth of field. So a sunny day. And if it's overcast, it's not going to perform well. And then I use a lot of wider lenses for the focus. But man, I put a 135 on and it looks spiritual. So I say a sunny day, and my favorite lens is a 24 to 105.
Fantastic. All right, that's perfect. Well, Clay, thank you so much for being on here. Larry, thank you for kicking off another product.
Thank you.
That is great.
Clay, thank you.
Thank you.
The Platypod family continues to grow. And by the way, you definitely want to look at this current project, the bracket. But go to platypod.com, and there are so many tools for photographers there. I just took I took 2 platypods with me to Vietnam, and so they go with me everywhere I go. They're indispensable, but there's so many great products there for photographers. Go check out platypod.com. Don't forget to go look at Clay's site just to look at beautiful photos, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. So thanks very much, everybody. Oh, prizes. Oh, hold on. Don't move, don't breathe, don't make a sound. Platypod handle's going to Mary Moores. So congratulations, Mary. The travel photography book's going to Paul Marrier. The night photography book's going to Barbie K. The Adobe Photoshop Classic book is going to Janice Mueller, and the On One No Noise is going to Ruby Lindhorst. So congratulations. Here's how you have to get your prizes, though. You have to email gridprize@kelbyone.com. It's gridprize@kelbyone.com by tomorrow. And just give us your address. We'll verify that you're really the person that won. And then we will send out your goodies. So thanks very much, everybody. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to all of you and our sponsors. Take care. We'll see you next Wednesday, 1-ish.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. I know. 10 years at Wednesday. It's hard to move to Thursday.
Come join us at KelbyOneLive.com and build your photography skills online. Training is our expertise. Each of you deserves to master Adobe Lightroom. Learn from the best in the business with over 20 sessions. We are dedicated to making you proficient in Adobe Lightroom. Get a competitive advantage and access the digital library for a full year. It's time to join us.